Howdy ho. Yeah, we're in the truck today. Where are we headed, Bells? With the sidekick. The family's actually getting food. Bella, say hi. She's distraught because everyone's inside. And she didn't get to go inside, did you? No. Well, we are headed to California. We're headed back to Newman. We got the trailer, as you can see behind us. And we are headed back. We got a bunch of stuff in storage. So, hey Edwin, how's it going? We're so we're driving through tonight to actually going to Santanella, and we're spending the night in Santanella. Then we're gonna try and see some friends and hit up the storage unit and get as much of my old tools and stuff to bring them back here to Vegas. So it's 36 degrees right now. We're actually in Prim, Nevada, uh, outside the Fashion Outlet Mall and the where we're at. We're at Carl's Jr. They ran inside to grab some grub. Your paws are showing. And I forgot. I need to do the history of Lowe's. Billings, hey there, Billings, Montana. So, Army Naley. I don't have my glasses on. Could tell it's Amy or Army or anyway. Yeah, Montana, man. We miss Montana. I'd love to be back up there, but it's even colder there right now than it is here. So the you okay? Oh, there's a sad hound. She doesn't like it when people leave when we're in the car. She gets all distraught. Anyway, so we got about 10 hours, actually at this point like 9.5, I guess, hours ahead of us. Actually, totally, we'll probably get there around 9 o'clock at night once with all the stops and everything. Uh, 35 in Michigan. Well, it's 36 now right here. So and we're in just outside of Vegas. And it's been snowing, so go figure. In fact, we got a huge dusting of snow on the mountains around Vegas, which is there's a mountain called Mount Charleston, about an hour and a half outside town, and there's actually a ski resort. Well, there's ski runs and stuff up there, and so they get snow, or if not, they can make their own snow because it's cold enough. But the Muncie, Indiana, 50 degrees out. Um, but yeah, in fact, here I don't know if you can. I'll switch the camera here. Don't know if you guys can see the flakes and flurries blowing past. It's kind of in contrast with the Apple Valley. He sells tools for a living. 18 in Utah. Oh, jeez. But yeah, it's weird to see the snow blowing past the palm trees. Michigan. Oh, I love Michigan. Mostly the west part of Michigan. Um, I've been from like South Haven on up through Holland. Saugatuck's probably my favorite town. Yeah, snow and palm trees. In about an hour, it's 90 in Florida. Good grief. In about an hour, we're going to be going down this pass. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, that's the highway leaving it, going out of town. We go through a mountain pass. It's not much of a pass, but it does raise in elevation another couple thousand feet. And thanks, Zippo. And but anyway, yeah. So I'm guessing at the top of that pass there'll be snow and stuff. It's weird to see snow on cactus. Oh, north central Wisconsin. Yeah. Yeah, when people ask why we're not at our house in Montana right now, uh, yeah, I don't like the snow as it is right here. I grew up mostly in Iowa and Nebraska, so I did my time in the cold. I don't like having to deal with, is my car going to start? Are the pipes going to burst? Am I going to be able to open the car because it rained and then froze shut? That's always my favorite. Ooh, 68 in the middle of Tennessee. See, that'd be nice. It's the one thing I don't like about Vegas is that it's not unusual in the winter for it to get into the 30s. Oh, wow. Billy Laptop with a $20 super chat. Thank you. Oh, wait, hold on. Get in the back, dog. Come on. Get in the back. Wait, switch it back around here. Come on, move over. Mom is getting in with the food.
What?
I'm chatting.
Oh.
We tried to do a live chat earlier. Apparently, if you don't put it on public, come on, Bill. No, in your seat, dog. Over here. Come here. Not you there. Go back there. There you go. Lay down. Lay down. Come here. Lay down.
Step.
There we go. We can figure this out.
Here's your sausage. Here's your sausage.
Yeah.
Here's your sausage.
Stop rocking the car. She complains.
Here's a straw.
Oh, Atlantic City. I love Atlantic City.
Very good.
But anyway, I was saying it gets cold here, and you're like, so we get down into the 30s. No, we're not moving. We're just traveling back to California, get some stuff out of storage that we still have there, and to say hi to some friends.
Thank you.
Nice dog. She is a good dog. We love the hound. Come here. Come here.
Look up there, baby.
Yeah. Oh, snorted all over me. From France. Bonjour. My high school French is not up to having a conversation, but hi. We love France. I absolutely love, traveling around in Europe, and so we were just talking about it with the wife last night. But anyway, the point is that what I don't like about Vegas is that it gets down into the 30s in the winter, and in the summer it's 120. Why did I shave my fur? It gets all matted sometimes, and every once in a while you just gotta shave it all off to get it to clean up. Are we all safe? Sound?
Yeah,
secure?
we're all safe.
Wait, no. Oh,
Oh, it's like their first time in a car.
There are no sauces?
Okay.
Okay.
No jelly?
No.
Oh. How can you have a sausage biscuit without jelly?
I forgot to get my food.
You didn't get any food for you?
No, out of the back.
All right. Well, go get it quick. You gotta get on the road. They want to see more snow.
It is cold.
I'm just going through the negative 30 in South Dakota. Oh, I do love South Dakota. I love North Dakota. We were in North Dakota, not this summer. It was last summer. We were in North Dakota, and it's beautiful over there. How come the dog does not have a seatbelt on? Because the dog rides right behind us, right behind me. She doesn't need a seatbelt there. It's raining here in San Diego. Yeah. We had some friends in San Diego who were wondering if we were going to come by. And I'm like, we're not going to. It's kind of out of the way. We go down like we're going to LA, about halfway to LA. And then you turn and you go straight through the desert north, up over the mountains, through Bakersfield, then up north. From Baltimore. I don't know if we have ravens, but we got some big old crows in front of us.
Okay,
All good?
That thing in front of you, I think, is for your children.
They told me it was mine.
That's because they
think
have
they're
no
wrong.
idea.
All right, let's get moving and get on the road. I'm going to turn you guys facing forward so you can see what Prim is like. From England, wow.
Wow.
That is cool. We got France and England in the house.
That's awesome. I always have been interested.
All right. Let me do a little U-turn here. So this is the outlet malls over here in Prim. Anybody who saw my video on the lines for the lottery, this is where people come, because this part of the parking lot is technically in Nevada, but the very western edge of the parking lot crosses the state line into California. The casinos in Nevada don't like competition, so they've outlawed lotteries. What are you doing, stupid person? Anyway, wow, you can see the snow on the mountains ahead of us there. That's beautiful. I said it's not unusual to see the snow on distant mountains. It's around here. It's weird to see them that close to town. From Toronto. Oh, I bet it's nice and warm up there. Oh, I've never been up to Toronto. I've only been to Windsor. Always wanted to see more of Canada. How do they outlaw the lottery? I think they used money. You know, you make enough money at these casinos, you can buy your own politicians, and I don't remember how exactly they legitimized it to, you know, the populace, but in essence is, you know, there's only a few states that don't allow lottery, and Nevada is one of them. You can go gamble your life savings away in a casino, but they don't want you spending $2 on the lotto. So, oh, there's a nice little old Class A.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we just sold our RV, Corpus Christi, Texas. That's a beautiful place. But we just sold our RV, and of course, what's the first thing you start doing after you sell your RV? Looking for your next one. We're debating what we want. I want to get a smaller one. We had a 34-foot Class A, northwest of Arkansas. We had a Class A, and it was great because we were going to spend a lot of time in it. But now, you know, we'd only use it like on the weekends and for a few trips here and there. And with the Class A, you can't, if you're going someplace, you can't get close to town. So you end up having to walk a long distance, or you're even often not even be able to stop. Gary, Happy New Year!
Happy New
All right.
Year. Happy New Year.
Hold on, guys. We're going to try and make this light. Yeah, it's a roller coaster. The casino there. Actually, here it's pretty decent as far as roller coasters go. Actually, the one I was really surprised with is there's a roller coaster on top of the casino resort, New York, New York. And I thought it would be a joke, and I went on it years ago. And it was actually a lot of fun. I was really surprised. All right, and that is California. We are now we are legally in California. So, you can hear, I don't know if you could hear it, right when we went over the line, you can hear all those rights getting ripped away. Why did you hit me? You hear all the rights getting ripped away from you. 49 miles to Baker. The missus is from California. She gets a little testy when I talk about it like that.
So are the babies.
Yeah. And there's CHP. Which hopefully they won't pull us over, because we don't have a license plate on the trailer. Winnemucca. Oh, I love Winnemucca. That's a great little town. We got to get stuff out of storage, so we still have 2 storage units over in Newman. So anyway, the license plate. When we had the blowout, the tire ripped out, and it ripped off the entire light and frame on the left-hand side. That also had the license plate, and the license plate was, of course, not recovered. And we had registered it in California and hadn't gotten around to transitioning the registration to Nevada. And now, of course, we can't seem to find the paperwork for the trailer, so we gotta, on this trip, we're gonna have to stop and just pass. You're joking, right? So we just said we just passed him.
Oh. We're waving.
Isn't Winnemucca the hangouts for one of Hell's Angels? Yeah, I think there was a branch chapter. I don't know if it was Hills Angels, but like one of the sub chapters was in Winnemucca. But anyway, the I don't think I don't think they still have a presence there, but that was like during the 70s and 80s. But anyway, yeah, one of the things we have to do is swing by a DMV and get a replacement plate and registration so we can get that changed over. Juan, thank you very much. That's great. You know, I would like to hear that people are sitting there and watching it with their kids or their spouse or stuff, because, you know, as I say, we try to keep the channel family friendly, and you know, we got our cubs and they like to watch the videos and sometimes do them with us. So and 20 likes. Hey, at least it's not thumbs down. I got 2 thumbs down on my reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I was like, wow, was it that bad? Oh, come on. You can get a little further ahead of me before you pull over to my lane. Anyway. Oh, you guys are going to get to see the new, whatchamacallit? What is that? So for those of you who haven't been to California, California has these wonderful things when you're entering the state. They're like border patrol stations, but they're allegedly for fruit. Power tool boot camp. Fun kids just wanting to learn. I don't have the number. You're talking about a video or actually having an actual like go-to camp? The mirrors. Any interesting fact? I'm not sure what that means. Actually, Jess, can you read these because I'm driving? Let me get out of this lane.
I'm not allowed into California with. Nice.
Yeah.
Just so you know, while you're live streaming, I'm eating your crisp cut fries.
You don't like those, you said.
Apparently, I do this morning.
Oh, here, take the camera and show them the solar station. So we've got 3 or 4 of these over there. Those are mirrors pointing at a tower. They redirect the sunlight when there is sunlight. Okay, bring it back.
Usually looks pretty amazing. Today,
Yeah.
it does not.
Not too much today. So anyway, is that the mirrors you were talking about? Patrick?
Welcome.
The bird cookers, yeah. They get birds
Yes.
flying through there and they go through that area and they get zapped fried in. So you guys decided to do alternate living temporarily anyway. Not sure what that means, but we do everything kind of alternately.
We're living.
Yeah. All right. So they spent, I don't know how many millions of dollars to build this thing. I don't even know why they still do it. Top secret solar cans. Could be. So as you can see, we just came off the main highway. So they built this on the side and then just redirected everything through it. I don't know why they didn't just build it over the main section so we have to do this whole S-curve kind of thing. I bet I get stopped. Usually they wave cars and pickup trucks through as long as you're not obviously carrying anything. But the last time I went through with my trailer, they stopped me to ask me what I was carrying.
It's currently empty though.
Yeah, it is New Year's. I guess. And see, that's the thing is, if you're going to build this, many turtles were killed. So look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes here. Then they've got on the other side, way over there. I don't know if you can see it. They've got for the trucks, the semis, commercial stuff going through. And here we are. This guy, is he going to flag me down? Nope. It's empty.
Okay, I just got to inspect.
Oh, go for it. As I said, we're getting inspected. Merry or have Happy New Year. Did they inspect his?
It's
Maybe
full
they
of cars.
peeked in through the window or something. I don't know. Last person at least took my word for it. I mean, the back of the trailer is open. You're going to see as I leave if I lied to you about it. You'd send CHP after me. Let me do that anyway. Cavity search time. Yeah.
Bear search.
Anyway, hey, if I miss any of your guys' posts, I'm driving and the missus is supposed to be reading the post, but she's too busy snacking, so she's fired.
It's snack time.
I'll read them.
You gonna try and read them, Griff, from all the way in the back seat? Sit down. You sit right, okay? I don't want you getting out your seatbelt. Anyway, well, we made it safely through the food checkpoint. Allegedly, they're checking for fruit so that people don't bring in fruit flies, because back in the 70s that nearly decimated the orange industry, but I think it was the 70s, might have been the 60s. Either way, I don't know what their justification is for it now.
I'm assuming that this is not showing up well on the windshield, but there is snow flurrying outside.
Yeah.
Little tiny snowflakes.
The missus is from the Bay Area, so now she did live for a while in Montana, so she's seen snow, but it's been a while. We've actually just been joking that we'd see, yeah, there's a little bit of fog, that we had seen more snow in Montana during the summer than we'd seen snow here in the winter. And of course, then as soon as we make that joke, we get this. The mist. All right, let me pass this guy. Yeah, there's a lot of snowflakes.
In California.
That's one of the reasons I moved. Shasta. Oh, I love Shasta.
It's been a long time since we did Shasta.
It's been a long time, but I went to Shasta. Oh, I remember going swimming at one of the lakes in the middle of the summer and just screaming it was so cold. Arizona, we're at the Nevada-Cali border. Arizona is, oh wow, there is snow on the ground. All these trees, I don't know if you guys can see it, they're cactus and mesquite trees and stuff. They're all coated.
Dusted in snow. There's also a really big truck.
There's nothing like seeing cactus covered in snow. Right, let's get back over here.
And then I dropped it.
I'll do that. That's okay. Thanks.
Sorry.
Hands off the hardware.
Obviously, I am the technical.
Is this a mini blizzard?
No, this is just light dusting, but it sure is pretty.
Yeah, I don't think
It's currently 34 degrees out. I think Makita can walk. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, we were. I don't know if we'll be stopping at the Alien Jerky place. I'm not a big fan of their stuff, but we always do stop at Baker. There's actually another little place that has like a lot of the old vintage kind of candies and stuff. It's like a, they've got a bunch of like Route 66 memorabilia and stuff there. So we always try to stop there. There's also the Mad Greek Cafe. They have great Greek food. At least I would say great for being in the middle of the desert and being an option rather than like Taco Bell. Well, as you can see, we are full on in the snow now. And yeah, you're also in the desert. The same place that in 6 months would be 120 degrees.
Don't fire
for the camera. No, that's not it. She's been fired as navigator, though.
Many times.
She's got all the navigational skills of
a rock.
Yeah, a rock. I was saying aardvark, but they're probably better than you are. We don't.
We're hoping the children take after him.
Yeah.
In that regard. Harbor Freight sponsorship.
I don't have a sponsorship, but I have a working relationship with Harbor Freight. They sometimes send me tools. In fact, they just sent me some tools. I just got a package of 3 tools. I can't tell you what they are.
That's what the lookbook's about.
The wife was giving me the eyeball over there, going, you can't talk about that. I can talk about not talking about it. I have 3 tools, and I can say that they're blue, and they take batteries,
And
and that hopefully before the end of January you'll be able to see them.
It's 30 degrees outside.
It's 30 degrees out right now.
So
Oh, that's squeaky.
wait, this is California?
This is California. I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. The glare's so bad. Oh, that's too dark. Not quite glary enough. Something scared the what out of you? For what? Me putting on my glasses?
Why is everyone pulling over?
I think they want to
Maybe they're gonna put chains on.
Well,
For the
that would
California
make
drivers.
sense.
What do I think of Makita? You should watch my video I did. I know it's an hour long, but I did a video going over every single major company that makes a half-inch cordless drill driver, and reviewing not just the drill itself, but the whole ecology, if you will, of the tool. And Makitas they fell mid-range. They're excellent tools. I think the tool themselves are right up there with DeWalt and Milwaukee and Hitachi and any of the other premium professional grade tools. Where Makita falls flat is they only offer a 1-year warranty. They don't have that many service centers. Their price of batteries and options are actually fairly high compared to everyone else, which is really kind of sad. Actually, if I won't spoil it for you, either for all freight there, but it's I think they're great tools. I just wish they had better prices and better warranties. What did that say? What's the best budget pro grade equipment to you? Well, it depends on where you draw the line at pro grade. I've seen people use Ryobi tools professionally. I used to be a huge fan of Rigid. I would constantly, anybody ask me, what should I get? I'm getting into the trades or something, what should I buy? And I'd say Rigid, because they have that lifetime warranty. And they were really good about backing it up. The problem is, they've gotten a lot more, what am I looking for? They split hairs a lot more as to, wow, we got snow on the ground.
Yeah. Somebody also asked about what's going to happen when we lose service.
Hopefully we're on a major corridor and we won't lose service, but we might. And if we do, I guess that'll be into the live stream. But anyway, oh, hello, did CHP get pulled over? No.
Snacking on
Someone was
driving like an
speeding in this.
idiot. Not anymore.
Yeah. In a rear-wheel drive Mustang. You know, Mustang drivers. But anyway, Cobalt is great, or okay, how about this? Cobalt was great, or had potential to be great. I'm worried that Cobalt's going to get orphaned because Craftsman is getting shoved down Lowe's throat, and they only have so much shelf space that they can sell stuff on. And right now, it's all Craftsman. Camera's fogged up. Didn't have a plate. Nice. It's not the camera that's fogging up. Actually, I should probably get some defrost going here, just in case. So anyway, Rigid started splitting hairs when it came to covering stuff, and quite often we're seeing things come back. Oh, that's not good. I don't think you're supposed to be sideways like that.
No,
People who aren't respecting the snow. Anyway, they stopped. What was I trying to say? That they would often say that the tool was refused service for abuse. And the way I looked at it, and this never happened to me. This was actually other subscribers, other people on the channel sending me, screenshots of emails or pictures of the receipt that they got, where Rigid was denying their claims. And if you go out there and you say, "Look, we're going to offer a unlimited lifetime warranty," you pretty much got to say, "Then fine, you're going to cover it." I mean, that's the whole thing. That's what made Craftsman great. You could be working and truly abuse one of the wrenches, bring it in, and they'd replace it. And the same thing with Harbor Freight. It's one of the reasons I started shopping there was they had inexpensive hand tools that they would replace without batting an eye. And anyway, so that's why I don't recommend Rigid anymore. I would really like to recommend the Hercules stuff. I'm really happy with what I have, but until they get more stuff out, it's hard to say, like, hey, buy this, because there's just not enough out there to support a professional environment. I've seen the stuff that they're coming out with. They've sent me pictures. In fact, I have some of it in my shop right now. Everything I've seen looks great, but until I actually have it in hand, I'm not going to say this is the way to go. I think right now, if I were trying to do a budget pro kind of stuff, I'd probably go with Ryobi, the high-end brushless Ryobi stuff. They have an okay warranty. The prices are good. The prices for batteries and everything else are great. There's tons of accessories and stuff out there for it. What?
40 minutes to alien jerky. I have to pee. They have to pee. That's my favorite part. The trucker wants to get over.
I don't think he does. I think he's just forgot his left turn signals on.
Somebody also asked if the Bear family has New Year's resolutions.
Oh, we got all sorts of them. First of all, we're starting 2 more channels.
Yeah.
2 more channels. So I've started posting more in Black & Decker. No, Black & Decker does not own Cobalt. Cobalt is owned by Lowe's. Black & Decker is owned by Stanley, which does own DeWalt, Porter Cable, Black & Decker, and did I say Craftsman already? Craftsman. But Cobalt is the house brand for Lowe's. And
snow no more.
so much for the snow, and it's 28 degrees out.
Yep.
I need to not be speeding also. CHP is out in effect.
Yep, and there's a little orange car trying to climb up into the trailer. Behind us, they're in a super hurry to get a ticket, so we're going to let them go.
Have they not noticed
first.
the 6 CHP people we've passed since we came into the state? New Year's Day, so CHP is, it's last day of the month, they got to get their non-quotas.
Something about non-lifetime warranty for Harbor Freight things.
Hold on. Tell me what it's
That
saying.
one. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Read it to me.
It says Harbor Freight is selling better tools, but they're the same price as the other brands, and also a lot of the new tools from Harbor Freight do not carry a lifetime warranty.
The newer pro grade stuff. Here's what I found out with that stuff is that when it first comes out, it is the same price. Like when the Hercules stuff came out, it was $110, and they don't do the packages. So also remember, though, you do get better quality with this stuff. Actually, better than the pro grade of the same quality. And what I mean by that is like the battery. The battery on the Hercules 2.5. Almost nobody else is selling a 2.5. And if you see my tear apart on the Hercules, it's got Samsung top level cells with an aluminum heat sink, and it comes with a rapid charger. That's something you'd have to buy as an accessory with anybody else. And that's a 4 amp charger. So, and then the first rule of Harbor Freight is you don't buy stuff without a coupon. Now I know you can't use the 20-25% off coupons, but they do come out with tool-specific coupons, and it looks like at least twice a year they're going to be doing the 50% off store-wide, nothing's excluded coupon. So I see them as being close, but not. I mean, I've done the pricing on it. I've got some spreadsheets on it that I've included in some of my videos and stuff, and the math does not add up that they're the same price. They're less expensive for what you get, and then you have the option of not getting the warranty if you don't want it. Yeah, the wife would just notice that somebody did I'm sorry, I forgot who it was. Did the $20 super chat? So they said Happy New Year. That was really nice of them.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Oh, you think this is a boring drive? Oh, just wait till we actually get out of the desert into the Central Valley. How long did it take to grow the channel? So I know it says that I've had an account for a long time, but that's just because I had a Google account and logged into YouTube years ago, because I've been using Google as a email hosting since they started doing it. In fact, we have a beta account that they've grandfathered in, and but we've only been. I started posting a little over 2 years ago, but then we moved, and I kind of stopped for 6 months while we were on the road traveling, up to Montana. That's when we had the RV and stuff. And rest area 2 months. Don't stop at the rest area. Just over that hill is Baker. So this rest area we never stop here. Maybe on the way back if we forget to stop in Baker.
Also, sorry to interrupt. These rest areas look like they're open today, but are quite often closed, which I have not seen rest areas closed more than these brand new rest areas. They seem like they're closed all the time.
Anyway, I'd say we've been consistently publishing videos since about a year.
Yeah.
Since right before last Christmas is when we really started getting serious about consistently putting out 2 to 3 videos a week. Sometimes more. I wish I would be more consistent, but coming up with content isn't always easy. And then, here's a fun fact for you. If you're traveling in California, you can stop and sleep in a rest area for what, 8 hours?
Up to 8 hours.
Up to 8 hours. Now, if you've got an RV, that you can park in the truck area, but just don't set up the RV. Like, don't put your slide outs out. Don't get the lawn chairs and the barbecue out. Just button up and
be grateful you can sleep.
and just catch some Z's. It's not for camping. It's just to basically rest up for your next shot through no man's land.
Right. Somebody else commented that they've never seen the rest areas open, that they're always closed.
Yeah. No. As you can see, we're on the 15. This is the highway this is the drive you do from Vegas to LA. And we're going to get about halfway there, and then we're going to cut through Mojave. And I'm hoping I can show you that part, because in the middle of Mojave is a NASA Ames Research Center and the flight training school for commercial pilots. There is a huge airport in the middle of the desert with no one else around, and that's where they send commercial pilots to get trained on the bigger aircraft.
We have a friend who works there.
It's like driving school for pilots.
Eleanor thinks we're going to NASA. Apparently we need to go check out the rest stops in Alabama and Louisiana because they have free hot coffee.
Oh. I'm not much of a coffee drinker.
I was going to say, if they had hot chocolate, I might be there.
I like my caffeine cold and carbonated. Speaking of which.
This one's nice.
Yeah, you can see the planes from the ground. Also, if you ever have ever done business with Northern, I have not. I have never, or not recently, I guess, been in an area, and by recently I mean like 20 years, been in an area where there is a Northern tool. I haven't been through Midland, Texas since I was a teenager. The wife is reading the messages to me.
As somebody says they like their caffeine caffeinated. They don't really care how it's delivered. I got this.
Oh, this fun part. This is a fun part of the road.
Oh. They're saying Washington also has free coffee, but probably don't want it. Somebody else still has to pee.
Hold on, Patrick. We're almost there. I'm not stopping again. You should have gone when we stopped before.
That's the rule of the road.
I'm doing what?
I'm doing the same thing on my channel. I do videos once a week. Like yourself and others, alternative living, and Patch Camp.
Oh, it's Scott Punk. Yeah, if you guys like the alt living, living out of your van or camper stuff, check out his channel. I actually subscribed. I'm a big fan of that kind of concept. I know the wife teases me that I'm actually a bigger hippie than she is.
It's so true.
In some ways, it kind of is. Like, I would be just as happy living on a boat or living out of the RV. I'm a huge fan of yurts and alternative building styles. We've actually talked about buying, a big plot of land and buying or building half a dozen yurts as like a compound, doing one big room as like a 30-foot one is the great room, and then doing some smaller ones kind of spoked off of that as the bedrooms. I gotta get past this Honda. There we are, we're at 4,000 feet. Where were we at before? Did you happen to notice the elevation?
Nope.
You can still see the snow behind us, but there's none here. Oh, it's up to 35.
And I can see blue skies.
They make wine bottles for a reason. Oh. Yeah, I used to commute 2+ hours each way into the Bay Area. And there were days like on Fridays where my commute home was like 5 hours. I know all about that. Hey Scott, I got a question for you. One of my ex-boss was asking, are there any systems out for reclamation of gray water systems? He and I that's the kind of thing I liked about the company I worked at. People just sit around and come up with topics to geek out over for hours. What was this one right here? Read that?
You guys live in the Bay Area. I used to be stationed at Travis Air Force Base back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, the missus is actually from Berkeley.
Yep.
And I met her when I was living in San Francisco.
What's your opinion about the Shopsmith Power Pro? Just upgraded.
Oh, sorry about that.
Mark 5, 520, and wanted to know your opinion.
I don't have. Well, here's my opinion. They're expensive, and I'm really happy that that you can afford one. Probably just jealous. I've had 2 Mark 5s. I had a 500 and a 510, and they. What?
The one about, are we there yet? Are we there yet?
But I'm a huge fan of the Shopsmith for the right purpose. If you're stuck in a small space and you need a bunch of tools, it's a great solution for that. If you have a dedicated table saw and a dedicated drill press and a dedicated lathe and all that, I would not. And that's the reason I've sold the ones I did have. It's because I had them because I didn't have the space, but as soon as I was able to get the space, I got rid of them. And granted, I never had the nice power head that he has, but astronauts drink their own pee. Yeah, we're not doing that.
No.
We're not looking at.
Somebody else was saying it depends on how gray.
How gray the water is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Do you watch?
Told you it's inevitable. Into bacon. So we're gonna drop.
Okay, here's a little family trivia.
Some altitude.
Earbuds out. What is Baker famous for?
Turkey. The big
Other-
thermometer.
The big thermometer. Good job.
The world's tallest thermometer. Or is it biggest? I'm not sure what they claim it to be.
Yeah.
But the fact is, this right ahead of us is Death Valley. It's the lowest point. I know it's the lowest point in North America. I don't know if it's the lowest place on Earth.
Oh.
That's just
Okay.
Donald. Okay, thank you so much. We love all you guys. We're so blessed to have such a great community. I remember when we were just getting started, and somebody had asked me, like, for some reason it was a big deal, like on one of the live streams. Well, how big a channel do you want? How big do you want to grow it? And I said, I don't care how big it gets or how big it doesn't get. My concern was having a good community, having people that were friendly. I didn't want to have one of these channels where you couldn't read the comment section because it was so poisonous. It was so ugly, the kind of language that people would talk to each in there. So
They're just talking about the connection issues, and somebody else was stating that they don't drink their own pee. That there's a process, and they make enough drinking water that's completely pure. I don't know. I'm not an astronaut.
I talked to NASA once. The question about doing something about water. We were looking at trying to figure out if there's a way to do a cool reclamation of the gray water system. Because now when we had an RV, we had a Class A, so we had huge water tanks. But we got a lot of friends who go to Burning Man, or who have smaller RVs like the small Class C's, or even the Class B's, or even just the conversion van kind of stuff. And they with those, you need a gray water tank that's as big as your fresh water, and it gets to be an issue as far as storage and weight and stuff. And if we're looking for a way to try and reclaim as much of that gray water as possible. Oh, nice. Do you smell that?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that guy's a diesel in front of us. Switching to internal air.
Ugh. I'm not gonna say what it smells like.
11 miles to Baker.
How far ahead is Patrick?
Patrick, did you make it?
Are you having jerky and enjoying the restrooms?
All right. We have to stop and let the dog take a potty break. Is she awake?
Yeah, she heard the D word.
Sorry, we're not supposed to use the D word around her. She gets offended. It's a trigger. There you go. I don't know if, for those of you not from the area, right over there, those long, flat, almost looks like lakes, but it's kind of white looking. Those are the, I don't know if they're salt flats. I think they are salt flats, actually. They're not as, like the big ones you see in northern Nevada where the people go and do the time trials and stuff, but this is Death Valley. Now, I can say I love ours. Ours is a 2016 1500, and we got 67,000 miles on it. So, And we got the is it the 5.7? I think it is Hemi. Yep. It's. He always wanted to go to Baker.
Well, you're coming with us today.
What I always wonder about is, there's a lot of commercial, places down, a lot of restaurants, fast food and whatnot, and truck stops. So I'm like, where do all these people come from when they work here? I can't read it.
It's for Patrick. He says he loves our channel and our family, and perhaps we can meet up on his way to Mesquite. He has places to go and people to do today.
What's it say?
It says this is why he likes our channel, because it's like he says he's not motivated by getting rich and making money doing it. I love people who are fantastic.
Oh, speaking of which, I would like to say that I would still do this if we didn't make money doing it. But the fact of the matter is that, being mostly retired now, this is about 25% of our income. And that's actually what one of the other channels is going to be. So one of the things, I don't know if you guys haven't noticed, but I'm not exactly in the fittest shape I've been in my life. So I'm starting another channel about weight loss to help keep me focused and accountable, and try to get in better shape. Mostly for myself and for my kids, so I can be more active and stuff with them. And then the other channel is going to be, we're trying to combine it. The wife's been wanting to do a channel about couponing and saving money. And then I get a lot of people asking how we make money. As you know, I'm a self-published author on Amazon. We make a good chunk of change there. On YouTube, and we have some other sources of income. I'm a licensed FAA licensed drone pilot, and so anyway, the channel's going to combine the two, because we weren't sure we'd have enough content with just the couponing or just the streams of income thing.
Baker.
The Cubs in the back are passing me notes saying that they need to be let out of the vehicle to use the facilities as well. I see food, I eat it. See, that's my problem, and I've been trying to get in shape, for years. And one of the things that really hurt me was I tore the MCL I've torn the MCL in both my knees. And one time I did it at a judo tournament, and one time I did it sleeping on the floor, getting up to go pee in the middle of the night. And that hurt. And then I got a desk job, and I started commuting. And when you drive into work at 9 o'clock in the morning, and you're driving home at 10, and you're trying to stay awake, quite often stopping and getting some bad food, some sugar to go with the caffeine becomes kind of a regular thing, and it did not help with my weight. So
a ton of people are suggesting the keto diet, and I guess there's a channel.
I can't do the keto diet because it puts you into ketosis, which is hard on your kidneys. And I had kidney surgery when I was 14. A slight birth defect when I was born had gotten out of hand, and they had to remove a portion of one of my kidneys. So a doctor suggested strenuously that I not do the keto diet. And the other thing was, Kaiser, which is where our healthcare is through, had said that I did qualify for the bariatric bypass. And I went and I took their classes, and I went through the whole procedure to talk about doing it. And then the wife and I looked at all the side effects and all the negative results and the survival rate, both, not even just from the surgery itself, but from the after effects of surgery.
She has to go.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's also discussion about whether or not people like Fords. Somebody says Ford has the best frame, cab, platform, not to mention the 10.5 Sterling rear. GM has the best trans with Alice and the Dodge owners. And it's with the rust off the Cummins before it dies. Okay, there's a debate between Cummins and...
Yeah, I grew up around the auto industry. My real father sold Fords for years. So I grew up around Fords, and I had friends who drove Chevys and friends who were into Mopar. I followed vehicles, and I did a lot of research in this, and basically what I found is that Ford makes an excellent vehicle, it has its problems. Chevy makes an excellent vehicle, it has its problems. Dodge makes an excellent vehicle, and it has its problems. I think Dodge's biggest drawback is its level of fit and finish, and that's where they save money, and that's why they're usually less expensive than Ford or Chevy. I don't know if you guys know, but we've been following a lot of the hot shotters. That's the independent trucking kind of stuff. People using high-end pickup trucks.
Alien jerky sign right
Yes.
here.
And the guys who drive Fords are having horrible times with their diffs, the rear diffs dying on them, and it's a big issue in the hotshot community. So, and rust is not usually something we have an issue out here in the Southwest. So we got to pull in here. The little girl's about to float away. You okay back there?
Yep.
All right. As soon as I stop, you can pop out and run in, okay? I'm going to pull up front and let you guys out because I got the trailer, so I can't just park.
The other goblin has to pop out.
Yep, we're all
All right.
popping out.
There you go. All right, everyone except for the dog, get out. I'm going to pull around to the side,
Let
see if
her
we can
out.
find a place to let her out.
Okay, we look like the Clampett. Everything just fell out of the truck.
Get your butt out of the face. You're staying here, dog. Sorry. Shouldn't have called you that. Bella. Alright. They're off. Switch it back around here. Come on. There we go. Alright, this is... If you're coming into Baker from Vegas, this is the first place you can stop to get food and gas. Come on. Figure out what you... Okay, so you're just going to stop there. Good call. And so anyway, this is the first place you can really stop. It's got a little food court in there. There's a little Pizza Hut and a KFC and a burger place. And I don't know if there's a Taco Bell. Some sort of Mexican place. And what else? Did I say the yogurt place? There's a yogurt place. All right, we're gonna have to go somewhere else to let the dog run around. I don't see anything here. Yeah, Florida. Yeah, Florida can be bad. And like where I lived in the Midwest, rust was a huge issue. But that was a long time ago. We don't have to worry about road salt or any of that kind of stuff here. The Makita truck, is it 48 volt? Anyway. All right. Well, I'm going to call it for now for this video. A Ram Pro Master Cheese. He thought it was a bear. Only during the full moon. So anyway, that's going to be it for now. We're at an hour here. We're at Baker. I don't know what the reception is going to be like south of here. I may try and live stream later when we get out towards Mojave. If there is, it's snowing in Wisconsin. If there is reception, I will try and do it. But if not, you all have a happy new year. Let me switch it back. There you go. Bella, you gonna say goodbye to everyone? No. She's distraught. She wants to know where Mom went. Get your face out of the fries. Anyway, take care, everyone, and shine on.